Hey, it's Nay. Welcome to Hey Nay. So, I hope you guys haven't missed me too much, but um, I wanted to do this video on this sort of Hey Nay special because this is the anniversary of Hey Nay. So, 2 years ago today, I started Hey Nay, and a lot of you joined me in watching. So, that's why I'm wearing my 4th of July shirt from 2015. Um, So I just wanted to let you guys know, thank you so much for all of the comments that you guys have been, sending me. And I've been getting a lot of like, oh, I wish it was still going on. I wish that. And I really appreciate that. That means so much to me. And that's another reason why I felt I needed to do this so that I can let you guys know that I haven't forgotten about all of you. So what I've decided to do for this special is to highlight 4 things that I think is very important in starting a relationship as well as maintaining one. And I decided to do 4 things since it's the 4th of July. So I just want you guys I hope you guys like this. I really do. And I'll talk a little bit more at the end. So the first thing is to express your desires in a way that inspires. And I know that sounds clever and maybe semi-cliche if you've heard before, but it's something that relationship author Laura Doyle had said. And basically what it means is that communication is key. It's not exactly what you say, it's how you say it. So, for instance, if you're in regards to maintaining relationships, so you're already in a relationship, if instead of telling your spouse, you never do the dishes, you should do the dishes. You can say something like, I would love if you did the dishes. It's about the framing, the tone, and the language. And I didn't realize how much that actually plays a role in the dynamic of a relationship. And I'm sure if you can tell by certain other couples that you know of, the tone, the language, and how it's said does change everything. Because if you said it in a different way, you probably get a different outcome. And I think that's so clear to me. So if you're pursuing a relationship, for instance, instead of saying, I think you're attractive, you can get more specific and say, I like that your dimples come out every time you smile, something like that. So there's different ways in which you can sort of get your point across, while also still taking account that other person's feelings, and also making it seem like it's important and that you value them or something about them, that you find it very, very important. So I think that is something that everyone should sort of write down and keep. And the second thing is to sort of treat your relationship as a third entity. And this is something that Dr. Guy Winch has said. And essentially what this means is that there's you, your partner, and then your relationship. So he sort of said something like you should treat your relationship like a baby, which I thought was, at first, it gave me pause. But when I thought about it more, he's absolutely right. You should treat your relationship like a baby. So a lot of us, we are doing things for ourselves and we're doing things for our partner, but we have to do things for the relationship itself. And I think the analogy like a baby is so perfect because can a baby take care of itself? A baby cannot take care of itself. A baby, you are responsible for taking care of that baby. So we sort of need to be responsible for taking care of our relationship. Relationships are not natural. I think a lot of people keep thinking that. But relationships that are not inherent, that means family, they're not natural. So you have to form them. You have to maintain, you have to put work into them. And I think that's what he's trying to say. So you have to treat your relationship like a baby. You have to nurture it. You have to do things for it. And the best way to do that actually is to do that together with your partner. I think that's a great way to do that. And this is, again, this is more for people who are trying to maintain a relationship. It's such a key thing, and I'm so glad that he said that, because I didn't really think about it in that sense. But you should view your relationship as a third entity, as something else that is very important to you. Okay, the third thing is something that Dr. Robert Jameson had said, and it's that staying in love is a choice. And I know for any of you who have had hiccups or roadblocks and troubles in your relationships, that you have to remember that you have to continue to choose love. And I know it's hard. So this is usually for people who have been in long-term relationships. So a lot of times you may find that you and your partner may be outgrowing each other, or just changing in general. You have different goals and different motives now. So sometimes it's hard to sort of continue things the way they were. And sometimes one person is changing at a different pace than the other. So like if your partner may be changing more quickly than you are, or you may be changing more quickly than your partner is. So what you have to realize is that you have to sort of choose your partner again. You have to sort of renew the relationship, sort of start over. So you have to do things that will help like reignite the relationship, right? So you can do like a first date. Something that you did on the first date, do that again. You know what I mean? Things that you did early in a relationship, do that again. In a way, you have to sort of get to know your partner all over again, because they have changed. Since they've changed, they're sort of a new person. So you have to sort of get to know that person all over again. And then in doing that, you find yourself sort of choosing love. You're choosing love over and over again. Staying in a relationship, staying in love is a choice. All right. And the last thing, but not least, is something I always say, which is to be open. And, you know, I always say this because I think it's so important, and it's something that I've applied to my life so much, is that you have to be open to everyone and everything. And sometimes you don't know what you want. You don't know what you need, or you may not completely understand something unless you're already immersed into it. So for instance, with ice cream, right? So did you know you liked ice cream before you tasted it? No, there's no way for you to know that unless you tasted it, unless you tried. So a lot of us sort of disregard or count out people that we come across without even getting to know them, or getting to know them further or deeper. So we have to be open. There's people I've been open to who, on the surface and at first glance, I don't really feel connected to, but because sometimes I don't know what I want, or sometimes I don't know who this person may actually be. I don't know too much about them. So I have to be open to them. I have to be open to the opportunity of what may come. You know, a lot of couples actually say that, you know, they did not know that they would end up with that person. Or a lot of married couples would say they didn't know that this was the person they were going to marry when they first met them. You know, there's a lot of things that play in our minds that sometimes trick us, and we fall for it. You know, we fall for it. We have to be open and be willing to sort of listen. You know, listen more to the details and the characteristics of a person. In a way, we sort of have to be a little vulnerable in order to have something that is durable. And I just hope you guys really take that into account and really think about that. So those are my 4 tips for the 4th of July. And I hope you guys take that. So that's just something that I've learned, and something I wanted to share since the ending of Hey Nay in May. And as I said to all of you, I am not going. I have things coming out soon that I hope I can share with you, and maybe I'll do a video to sort of introduce it. So just stay tuned, please stay tuned. I recommend continue rewatching the Hey Nay episodes. There's 100 of them, So there's a whole bunch that you probably missed or you can rewatch again. So please do that on YouTube. You can find all of them there at Hey Nay. Just search Hey Nay and you'll see something that says Hey Nay, and it's the Hey Nay YouTube series. So definitely check that out. Also, the Hey Nay Facebook page. I highly, highly recommend liking and following that because I'm the most active on that. So I continue to post articles and videos that I find interesting. So I hope you guys continue to do that because I do it very often, and there's so many things there now. So definitely check that out. Also, I've noted this has happened since I've ended. If if any of you have personal message that you would like to send to me, or you have a question that you would like answered, feel free to message me on the Hey Nay Facebook page as well. I do respond to those, so please do that as well. And I just want to let you guys know that I really, really do appreciate everything that you guys have done and the support that I've been receiving. I cannot wait to share what is next. I really cannot wait. And I just want to thank you all. So, I guess I love you all. I guess I love you all. Just look out. Look out for what's coming next. And I hope you take all those tips that I said to heart and think about them. And last but not least, remember to always start your day off with a hey. Goodbye.